Shot in 4K ultra high definition. Your number one source for local news. WRAL News. Coverage you can count on.
A person is dead and another person is injured after a crash in Wake County. How this stems from a chase with a deputy.
And we're waking up to showers in parts of the viewing area. I'll show you if this rain will affect your morning commute.
Loved ones will come together today to celebrate the life of PGA Tour winner and Raleigh native Grayson Murray. Just ahead, a look at how loved ones are remembering him and the everlasting impact he has on this community.
And history is made in Mexico as Claudia Sheinbaum is projected to be the first woman elected president in that country. She'll also be Mexico's first president of Jewish heritage, so historic in more ways than one. Good morning, everyone. It is 4:30. Great to have you with us on this Monday as we get you started on a new work week. I'm Renee Chu.
And I'm Chris Levin, good in for Jeff Hogan. Walking out this morning, not too bad, pretty comfortable out there, but I know things are going to kind of shift just a little bit weather-wise. Elizabeth Gardner's been tracking that in the WRAL Severe Weather Center.
Some showers out there this morning. Right now they're down in the Sandhills, but this rain is likely to move eastward, just like it happened yesterday. If you happen to be a weather geek like me, you were watching back to the west and there was rain in the western part of the state. Very little of that made it into our area, but today we'll have a slightly better chance of it moving eastward. The reason that it didn't make much eastward progress yesterday is we have a very dry air mass in place. So as this starts to move in, a lot of it will dissipate. But here in Moore County, we are seeing some rain, and you will see that. And I'll show you how it moves eastward as we get through the day today. So looking at the potential for some isolated showers during the morning commute, a little break around lunchtime, and then during the late afternoon and evening, we have the potential for a few more showers to pop up across the area. So just dealing with a little bit of light rain, nothing severe, not looking at really a lot of thunder and lightning with this, but maybe just a few instances of that. So in Sanford, we're going to be waiting to see that rain. You're going to see it coming up here shortly, probably another 30, 45 minutes. It is 71 with a dew point of 65, so it doesn't feel anything like Friday did. Summertime feel for us. We'll see a high this afternoon of 85.
Elizabeth, thanks. Breaking news, a person accused of leading a Wake County deputy on a chase is dead after that chase ended in a crash. It happened at Lewisburg Road and Zebulon Road. WRAL's Kelsey Coffey is live at the Wake County Sheriff's Office. Kelsey, there were also other injuries in the crash.
Renee, there were, and that intersection that you mentioned has reopened overnight, and this morning deputies at the Wake County Sheriff's Office are here looking into what led up to the chase and eventually that crash. But let's get you straight to video now from the scene where you can see those investigators. State troopers say the crash happened around 10 last night at the intersection of Lewisburg Road and Zebulon Road. They say a deputy tried to stop a driver on I-540 near Lewisburg, but that driver didn't stop. That's when the chase started. The driver later crashed into a black sedan and another vehicle. One person, who authorities say was the suspect, died in the crash. Another person is in the hospital this morning with serious injuries. This is an ongoing investigation, so we'll be sure to stay on top of all of this and keep you updated. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live in Raleigh.
Another crash happened on Lewisburg Road, about 10 miles away at Fox Road. Video from our breaking news tracker shows a Wake County Medic SUV being hooked onto a tow truck. We're working to find out what went wrong there and if the two crashes are connected. Memorial services are today for Raleigh pro golfer Grayson Murray. WRAL's Laura Levy joins us live from Providence Church in Raleigh. And Laura, Murray's death was shocking to the pro golf world, but also to the community here in Raleigh.
Absolutely. A tremendous loss, Renee. Good morning. A celebration of life will take place here at Providence Church this morning. This is off of Glenwood Avenue, where many loved ones will come here and gather. They described him as a kind, generous man who lifted everyone's spirit. The golf community came together to honor and remember the PGA Tour winner who died by suicide on yesterday. His family invited friends and fans to join them at the Corn Ferry Tour's UNC Health Championship for a special tee time. Murray's golf bag was set on the first tee at Raleigh Country Club, carried to the tee by his caddy, Jay Green. Family friend Jeff Manis shared a few words about this beloved champion.
Our hearts are broken, and we all grieve deeply for our beloved Grayson. But I got so much more from our relationship than I think he did because of the size of this guy's heart.
And Murray's memory will endure forever. The family plans to launch the Grayson Murray Foundation in the near future. This with the goal of promoting addiction awareness and more mental health services as well as research. As far as the funeral services here this morning, they begin at 11 a.m. and it'll also be live streamed if you can't make it in person. Laura Levine, WRAL News, live in Raleigh.
Mexico will have its first female president. Claudia Sheinbaum is the projected winner of the election. She is the candidate of the ruling left-wing Morena party. She won between 58 and 60% of the vote, according to the National Electoral Institute. And coming up in about 10 minutes, hear from Mexican citizens living in Raleigh who were able to cast their vote in person.
Tonight, a vigil will be held for the family of 3 killed in a crash on Memorial Day in Garner. Cub Scout Pack 391 will honor the lives of Tyler, Susie, and Miles Campbell. The Campbells joined the Cub Scouts in September 2022. Miles was a Cub Scout, Tyler was an assistant den leader, and Susie volunteered during pack events. The vigil will take place at 7 tonight at Garner United Methodist Church. All are welcome to attend.
The owner of a local gun range says their employee accidentally shot themselves in the leg yesterday. This is the second incident at On Point Shooting Range in the last few days. The owner tells WRAL this happened during a training exercise, and that employee is now recovering. On Friday, a man was sent to the hospital after suffering a gunshot wound to the head at the gun range, and the owner says a training incident like yesterday's has never been before happened at On Point.
That employee is going to be making a full recovery. No one else was injured. As per our protocol, we notified 911 immediately.
Last July, a man died in a shooting at the same range. Police didn't seek out suspects in any of these incidents, and On Point continued operating once the investigation was over. Police confirmed no one will be charged.
Taxpayers will soon learn how their money will be spent in Wake County. A vote on the budget is scheduled today after weeks of public hearings. The proposed county budget sits at $2.2 billion. It decreases the property tax rate for homeowners by more than 20%. But the value of the average home in Wake County has increased more than 50% after this year's reassessment. That means the average homeowner will be paying more. The budget also includes a $49 million increase in the general fund for Wake Public Schools. That's still $13 million less than what the school system is asking for. Commissioners are expected to vote on the budget in their meeting at 5 p.m. We will let you know what happens.
Durham County Commissioners will meet to work on the county budget today and tomorrow. And as they do this, teachers and support staff for Durham Public Schools demand better pay. Organizers from the Durham Association of Educators urge county commissioners to pass the school system budget with a $27 million funding increase. The work session gets started at 1:30 this afternoon.
Over the weekend, former President Donald Trump sat down for his first interview since being convicted on all 34 counts in his criminal hush money case. The interview with Fox and Friends aired yesterday. Here's what he said when asked about how he feels about house arrest in jail.
I'm okay with it. I saw one of my lawyers the other day on television saying, "Oh no, you don't want to do that to the president." I said, "You don't beg for anything. You just the way it is." I'm not sure the public would stand for it. With a,
if they tried house arrest or
I think it would be tough for the public to take. You know, at a certain point, there's a breaking point.
He mentioned several times that he was under a gag order and called the Democratic Party the enemy from within. Trump is set to be sentenced in New York on July 11th, just days before the Republican National Convention.
The CDC reports around 6 million kids in the United States have been diagnosed with ADHD. And now doctors say a new drug-free treatment for the disorder could be a game changer.
It's helped me a lot, and I love it. It's pretty fun, actually.
We'll tell you more about the headband experts say can help retrain the brain of ADHD patients at home.
And fire crews near San Francisco are battling a wind-driven wildfire that has scorched thousands of acres since Saturday. An update on containment efforts.
And we're getting you a live look at Sanford this morning. Pretty quiet out there. You may wake up to some light showers this morning, and temperatures will start to heat up this week. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner will join us after the break with a full breakdown.
From the WRAL Severe Weather Center, North Carolina's most experienced team of meteorologists.
It is 4:42, and we are starting off with a few showers, mainly down here in the Sandhills, specifically Moore County. That is likely to move on over into Lee County, parts of Chatham, as well as Harnett, potentially Cumberland, Hope County, all going to see some of these showers. A little bit of light rain up to the north as well. We'll walk you through Futurecast coming up in just a few minutes. But you can see the showers in Southern Pines, Pinehurst, Carthage, and again, moving over into Hope County right now, headed for Lee County and Harnett County here in the next probably hour or so. A lot of this will start to fizzle as it moves eastward, but unlike yesterday, we'll likely see more of it today. 72 in Wilson, 71 Durham, 72 in Fayetteville. So we are right back into a summer pattern this week, and pretty much every day will feel like this. We're going to start with temperatures in the upper 60s and end up in the mid to upper 80s each afternoon with a chance of storms.
And happening right now in the WRAL Live Center, we're following some breaking news out of Apex. We have a picture here of a fatal crash. This is happening on Green Level Church Road. You can see troopers on the scene. A fire engine is on the scene. We know this is a fatal crash. We are working to learn the identity of the driver. We actually have a live pic. WRAL's Nick Perlin is there on the scene right now. He's gathering more information and also showing us this picture. But you can see a very active scene. So far, the only information we have is that there was a fatality. We're working to learn how many people were involved in this, and again, the identity of the driver that was killed. As soon as we get more, we will bring that to you. Nick should have that information for you very shortly.
The Highway Patrol identified the 80-year-old pilot whose plane crashed in Franklin County. They say Frank Sweat Jr. was flying the plane that went down around 5 Saturday evening. FAA records show he is the owner of the Crooked Creek Airport, which is near where the single-engine plane crashed into a field. Sweat was taken to the hospital with severe but not life-threatening injuries. We spoke with lawyer and aviation expert Jim Krause, who's looked into more than 500 flight crashes over the last 40 years.
It does look like there was a lot of heavy damage to the front end of the aircraft, to the engine area of the aircraft, which tells me that somehow, for some reason, the front of the aircraft went low and impacted into the dirt or the mud. So, and we don't know all that went into causing that to happen at this point.
Both the FAA and the National Transportation Safety Board are investigating, with the latter agency taking the lead.
A fast-moving wildfire has burned more than 14,000 acres in San Joaquin, California. It's led to evacuations as firefighters try to contain this right here on your screen. The fire started Saturday afternoon about 60 miles east of San Francisco. The state's fire protection leaders say that the fire is 50% contained, and at least 2 firefighters have suffered injuries during this. Dry conditions and gusty winds are fueling the flames.
A family is safe after they were rescued at sea and found clinging to a cooler. The Coast Guard says crews rescued a child and 7 adults after their boat overturned off Southwest Florida. Authorities say they received a distress call from the boat. Rescuers were able to find them because of location devices on board and strobe lights to signal they were in trouble. Each boater was wearing a life jacket and holding on to a cooler, and a helicopter crew helped pull them to safety.
We told you about 10 minutes ago, Claudia Sheinbaum is projected to become the first woman to lead Mexico. And for the first time in history, Mexicans living abroad were able to cast their vote in person. 23 consulates were authorized for voting, including the Mexican consulate here in Raleigh. And hundreds of people were lined up outside the consulate on Raleigh View Road yesterday afternoon.
This is really big. There's been a huge struggle for people who live outside of Mexico to have access to votes, and so this is really big. It's amazing to see people try to participate.
Mexico's National Electorate Institute says that more than 180,000 Mexicans residing abroad voted in yesterday's election.
The NFL's Washington Commanders have released kicker Brandon McManus. The team made the announcement last night on X. He faces a civil suit from 2 women who were sexually assaulted while they worked as flight attendants on a team-chartered flight last year. McManus was playing for the Jacksonville Jaguars at the time. His attorneys did not respond when asked to comment on his release.
Former President Donald Trump is embracing TikTok. He previously repeatedly spoke against the platform while in office. His first post was a video after attending an Ultimate Fighting Championship match in New Jersey. In this video, Trump called it, quote, an honor to be on the app. When he was president, Trump tried to ban the platform using an executive order. The Biden campaign also has a TikTok account, even as the administration has supported a nationwide ban.
We're getting a look at a new drug-free treatment that scientists and doctors say could change the current treatment for ADHD. It's called Mendi, and it ironically includes more screen time. Using a neurofeedback headband and an online video game, patients concentrate on moving a ball up a hill. That increases blood flow and provides more oxygen to the prefrontal cortex. That's the part of the brain responsible for focus, attention, and emotion. An 11-year-old boy says he's noticed the difference it's made.
But Mendi kind of it helped me focus on the ball, which helps me focus on my teacher and also maybe my coach or my parents.
A study shows astronauts using it during downtime have reported performance increases. They say Mendi helps them manage the stress that comes with isolation and confinement.
All right, getting up this morning, again, it's kind of quiet outside for the most part there. You've seen some rain in some places across the area. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner is tracking there right now in the WRAL Super Weather Center.
Chris is right. The rain is not widespread. We're seeing some of that in the Sandhills right now. No lightning with this right now. Just some scattered light rain. That's what we'll see on and off this morning. There are going to be plenty of folks that don't see any rain this morning. As this moves eastward, a lot of that will start to fizzle out. But the pattern is starting to feel different. You probably noticed it yesterday. It started to feel a little more humid. This week, almost every day will be the same. We're going to see hot, humid conditions with a chance of some showers and some scattered thunderstorms, too. So all across Moore County right now, we're seeing the rain. That's headed toward Lee County. We take a look at Futurecast, and you can see Futurecast definitely shows some scattered showers across the region this morning, but it's not going to be widespread. Just a few isolated to scattered showers across the region. That takes us out to lunchtime when it looks fairly quiet, and then in the afternoon and evening, there could be a few more isolated showers that pop up. So it's not going to be a terribly wet day, but just a little better chance of some rain. There were a few sprinkles around yesterday, a little bit more rain today, but not a whole lot. Right now it is still dry in Sanford, but that band of rain is headed your way there in Lee County. You're going to see that probably in the next 30 minutes to 45 minutes. 71 is our temperature in the Triangle, so it is a warm start this morning. Our wind is southwest at 6 miles per hour. It's that southwesterly wind that's going to keep our humidity and our temperatures up all week. We do have the tower lit in purple for the cloudy skies that are out there right now. And again, depending on where you are, there may be an isolated shower. Hopefully you had a great weekend. It was really pretty to start with. It started to get a little more humid, but a beautiful weekend at the beach. Thanks to Ethan Williams for sending us that gorgeous either sunrise or sunset from Topsail Beach. Just beautiful. We would love to see your photos too. What'd you do this weekend? Go to WRAL.com. Send us your Weather Watcher photo. Around town, temperatures will be in the mid 80s for today. 85 in Raleigh, 84 Durham, 87 in Fayetteville. And we have some warm mornings. Remember how cool it was last week? Our normal low is 63. We're going to be above that. Tomorrow morning, 67, Wednesday morning, 69, and Thursday morning, 71. So feeling like summer. We're sitting at steamy right now, and that'll be the case. It'll be tropical to steamy for the next few days, but it's possible that over the weekend, we might see our humidity fall off a little bit. We'll be talking more about that as we get closer to the weekend. Notice Saturday's 86, Sunday 88, a chance of afternoon and evening storms really all the way through Thursday before a bit of a drier weekend. I'll show you which days this week look the wettest coming up.
A toasty week. Elizabeth, thanks. A graduation ceremony with a special meaning for one Nebraska family.
I got built-in best friends with you all the time, so never lonely.
We'll show you the moments a set of quadruplets graduated from college alongside each other.
And we're going to tell you about the big changes coming to Facebook as the company pushes to appeal to more younger users. An award-winning actor is joining the cast of an upcoming Marvel movie. Plus, an Emmy-winning actor stepped into the boxing ring. Here's David Daniel with the Hollywood Minute.
I think it's very important. I think if you look at it,
Captain America is back in action. Anthony Mackie, whose Sam Wilson inherited the shield from Chris Evans' Steve Rogers, is in Atlanta doing additional filming on Captain America: Brave New World. Principal photography wrapped a year ago. Variety and The Hollywood Reporter say the additional shoot coincides with Giancarlo Esposito joining the cast in a villainous role. Captain America: Brave New World is due out next February.
Little moment here between Hauser and the cat. who is the true martial arts master.
Yes, that's Emmy winner Paul Walter Hauser, boxer shorts peeking out from his singlet, delivering a crane kick to fellow wrestler Mr. Thomas in MLW Battle Riot 6 in Atlanta. Unfortunately, the actor was eliminated from the Major League Wrestling event minutes later. Well, everyone pays their dues, and he'll always have that glorious crane kick to remember. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Facebook is making changes to appeal to younger social media users. The social media platform says it will undergo significant changes. Facebook's Reels and feeds will utilize new tech that learns from large data sets for recommendations. There will be video improvements like a full-screen video player, as well as a new professional mode to help creators earn money.
Boeing's Starliner spacecraft may launch Wednesday. It was supposed to launch Saturday, but that was canceled. Technical issues stopped the launch just minutes before liftoff. A feature called an automatic hold was activated. This basically stops the rocket from launching, but it's unclear what activated it. There was a backup launch scheduled for yesterday, but that too was canceled.
A graduation ceremony was very special for one family as they celebrated new diplomas for a set of quadruplets. After high school, all 4 siblings decided to attend Bellevue University together in Nebraska. One sister says they shared 18 years together. What's 4 more? And it's the first time they've gotten to walk the stage since COVID-19 limited their high school graduation ceremony.
Not only did we graduate together through college with our dad, but it's our first graduation we've walked into.
Emma, Riley, and Dylan earned their bachelor's, and Owen will earn his degree next. They will now embark on different journeys as individuals, but they will always share that quadruplet bond.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Memorial services are today for Grayson Murray, how the pro golfer community is honoring his legacy.
We're following breaking news on a chase that ended in a deadly crash in Wake County. We'll show you video from the scene.
And a swimmer attacked by a shark in California. We're going to talk about the extent of the injuries suffered.